Okay, so I've climbed the ladder, and here's Troy happily telling me, you've got to go to the front.
Just
you know, be a little bit careful where you step. So I'm expecting maybe the odd hole, but in fact, there is no deck. So, very high up. Very high up.
And I'll go first.
So, there you go. So here, this is your cinematographer, just reporting on the fact that I've made it to the front of the boat, and you haven't had to witness exactly how terrified I've been. This has been my first time up here when it's been looking like this. This is what it looks like. So there is no deck. These are my knees. I don't even dare turn around. There's basically nothing, and huge down to the ground.
So we're taking the cabin tops off because they're rotted out, and we need to replace the deck. And the bulwarks had to come off, the cabin has to come off, and then we can replace deck beams where needed, and then we can put a new deck down, and then rebuild the cabins. And so what I'm doing now is I'm going to cut off the rotted cabin tops. It's all been braced inside as well.
Good. Oh, don't do that.
I gotta cut this one and then move it backwards.
Maybe you can wait.
Let me just get over the other side. You're okay, it's not moving. It's not going anywhere. You're safe. I promise. I wouldn't kill you.
Intentionally. These are my knees. That is that.
Okay, I need to come over this side.
Which means what? Tell me what you want me to do.
I'm stepping over you. Just stay where you are.
Yeah, we'll just be safe. Yeah, it's complicated with me here. It's complicated for me too. You'll have to move it up nearer the windows, won't you? Or you're going to take it off?
I'm going to take it down.
Right, but I'm more interested
I'm
in
gonna
me
get
getting
you down and I'll hand it to you.
Thank you so much. And nice and gentle, because if anything happened to you, I couldn't get down.
So now I just gotta...
Yeah, you can't hold on to that. Oh, now you'll just break this off as well. The whole boat rocks now. Hey, that's my knee.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, you can't leave it. It's going to be like one of these death selfies.
It's fine.
Hey, I thought you said you were going to go get the ladder.
I will. Oh, you want down now?
Well,
Okay.
what were you planning to do otherwise?
Cut the rest of the cabin off.
With me up here?
Now I'll go get the ladder.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you can help me lift this stuff down.
Of course. This bracing is good enough. Looks like it. It's got a beautiful shape, this boat. I want it to still have that beautiful shape. It is so high up right now. Just an explanation of why we're doing all of this. So you were showing me here, it's about replacing the deck. So firstly, the cabins were all sort of rotted out anyway, weren't they?
Yes.
And then you're doing it now because we're going to be replacing the deck soon. And the deck extended underneath the cabin this way?
Here's what's left, where the piece I couldn't get off that was under the cabin.
Okay.
So there would be no way to put down a new deck. It would just leak if you tried piecing it in.
So it needs to go under.
It needs to go under, then the cabin goes on top of it.
And is this thing left here? That's the remainder of the deck.
That's
so this is
that's coming off.
Marine fiberglass, whatever here.
Plywood.
Plywood. Okay. Marine plywood, and then coming up here, and so that was the deck. That's all going to be replaced, and we're just seeing that it went under the cabin here. And then you were saying also the.
So it comes. The plywood would come to the edge.
Hold on. There we go. Yeah.
And it had bulwarks that came down like
Okay.
railing.
Yeah.
And that sandwiched over the deck as well. But the plywood stopped about here, and this strip is a bit of hardwood that went under it as well. And that covers the edge of the plywood to stop water getting in, so that protects it. You protect it with a strip of hardwood.
Okay.
And so you had to take the bulwarks off so you could replace the strip of hardwood, put down the new deck. Again, you would never replace.
So the
piece
new
it in.
deck overlaps over that outer planking to start with, and then is capped with a bit of hardwood.
Yeah.
And that's the way that you can get it leak proof.
Yes.
Is to have it actually going under the edge. But if it just went up to the edge, it would
It would
never
leak.
be leak proof.
Yeah,
it
it'd
would
leak.
always leak.
Yeah.
So okay.
And then while the cabin's off and the deck's all removed, you can replace beam ends. It's normally the ends that
So
rot
this
out.
is what I'm sitting on, by the way. So at one end here, the end is rotted or been hit off, but there is a bit of overlap. It's true. Plank here, me sitting on something.
Most of the beams are really good. There's just a
Yeah.
couple ends that we need to scarf, like this.
The ends I'm sitting on. Yeah.
This needs to be rescarfed.
Don't put Troy. Can I just ask you to not mess with the beam that I'm actually sitting on, please? Seems only reasonable. Thank you.
Okay. I'm trying to kill you.
Yeah, the insurance policy isn't in effect yet. It would be a bad move. Okay, so all of this chatting and videoing is because I'm also absolutely terrified of even moving from my spot. So Troy's brought the ladder here, and I have to work out how to clamber around.
So hold on to these.
Oh, great! I'm holding on to these.
They shake, but they're they're all right.
They shake, but they're all right. This is
Yeah, they wouldn't break your fall, but they'll help you balance.
okay. Thanks for that clarification. Yeah, just in case I'd been thinking I could swing off the bloody things.
Yeah. I'll go down the ladder and I'll catch you if anything goes wrong.
Fuck no. Okay, well, I'll continue this video from the other end should I survive. Otherwise, Troy can continue it and make sure to upload it to YouTube. Well, I made it down. Let me tell you, wasn't particularly good fun. Okay, so you're going to do what? You're going to hand me that down?
Yeah, it's a bit heavy. I'm going to slide it to you, and then you take the weight.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so this was just handed down to me. And for reference, yeah, it's pretty heavy. And so now we've got the hatch. which I shall also. Okay. Best go get it. Looks fucking enormous. Right, see the other side. Okay, I refuse to take it. So
Watch
now,
out.
yeah. Here we go. And brilliant. Freaking brilliant.
Cool.
Well
Go
done.
to the other cabin side and then we can go.
Right. Wow, look at this hatch.
It's pretty cool, that hatch. We can replace the plastic and it'll be like new.
It's really, really chunky.
It's really good. And we got 2 of them.
I mean, it hasn't been oiled forever.
I mean, that's the thing. We just clean it up, oil it, put new plastic in it. It'll be great.
Amazing. And here is the other side. Off. I can't quite believe it. You done up there?
Yeah, just one more thing to cut and then I'm done.
What's that?
Just this front bit here.
But you're leaving the beam, obviously.
Yeah. And then I think we'll call it a night.
Yeah. About as much as my nerves can stand. So what have we achieved?
Front of the cabin off. Woohoo!
Nice.
You could go up the ladder and take a photo.
Yeah, I guess I could. So here we have the boat taken from the ladder. That is where I was sitting and making a big fuss. And then now there is no front cabin anymore. That has all just been sawn off. And yeah, pretty crazy. Hey,
Oh, hey.
so could you describe what we got left?
So I gotta take the rest of the cabin top off.
Okay.
Careful to keep a lot of it for patterns and reference material and lots of photographs.
Yep.
And then once the cabin's off, we can take the engine out, and then there's some metal floors to come out that's under the engine. But after that, it really is start rebuilding and replace some deck beams. And
So what do we, so okay, so we got it all stripped out. What's the first thing we do then to start building back up?
replace some deck beams like the carlins that the cabin was resting on.
Okay.
There's some places where it's rotted out.
Yeah.
So we replace that. Remember that bit that was sagging?
Yep.
We're gonna make it fair
Yeah.
and put in a new beam there. And then there's some deck beams that need replacing as well.
Yeah.
And then put the plywood down and glass it.
And
that's
then
the deck.
that'll lead us to solid. That's end to end of the boat,
Yeah,
is
end
it?
of the boat, whole new deck on it.
Waterproof deck.
And then we'll build the cabins after that.
So you do the deck, the whole thing, and then do you cut out the holes for the cabins when you want to do them later, or do you leave a hole, or what do you
leave
do?
a hole, you piece them in. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just.
I suppose that would be a huge amount that you'd be cutting back out
Yeah,
again
yeah,
after
exactly.
having just put in.
Yeah. No, you put the plywood down, 2 layers, glass it,
Okay.
and then we put the cabins back on it,
Okay.
and then we start doing the frames, and planking after that. Put all the metal floors after they're grit blasted. Put those back in.
Okay.
Fuel tanks, engine, and then get the mast built, and then paint it, caulk it, and then sail it, and then build the interior.
Okay. And what's the estimate for getting to the sailing it point?
Year and a half. Hopefully,
Yeah.
but it'll probably be 2 years. But
So it was a year, like a
it
month
took
ago.
a year to strip it. So
Yeah.
based on the fact it's gonna take a full year. It hasn't been a year, but by the time the cabin's off and the engine's off, the rest of the floors are out. It'll be a full year to strip it. Apart from doing these frames, that's the first new stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
So that was a full year. Based on that, I'm thinking a year and a half to
Yeah.
do all the other work. And then
Up to the point of being able to sail it, and then we still need to do the interior.
then we do the interior, yeah, and that'll probably take another year. But we want to sail it around this area anyway.
That's true. Get to learn how to sail it,
Yeah.
learn all of the
Yeah.
proper, captain skills
yeah.
like.
But then after we're done, we have a really nice boat. So that blue water capable.
42-foot Laurent Giles.
That we take, across oceans, and it should be a lot of fun. Worth every effort, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah.